Hey guys, it's Jackson here from Titanic Games, and today we're going to be continuing on with our RPG game tutorial series, and we're going to be further enhancing and kind of adding to our skill tree. So we'll add a few more skills, kind of reorganize, I guess, the structure of the skill tree a little bit, just to kind of make it a little nicer. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So first thing, let's go ahead and open up our UI folder, and then open up the UI skill tree. And you should see something similar to this if you've been following along. So if we go ahead and press play, and then we hit T, you should see, the skill tree pops up. But you'll notice, these buttons, they aren't uniform. It doesn't look, it just doesn't look the best. So we're going to be kind of changing that up really quick by using something called a size box. And a size box essentially does just what its name suggests. It is a box that you can specify a size for. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and hit close and escape. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to click each of these buttons that we have. Right, and to easily add a size box, we can right click, go to wrap with, and then we can choose our size box. And now what this little tool does is it'll wrap whatever we have selected in whatever we choose. Right, so it basically makes these selected items a child of the new I guess widget. So we can go ahead and hit size box, and you'll see that size boxes have now appeared and everything is wrapped in them. Alright, so now that we've done that, we're going to oh, and one other thing to note is that it also maintained the same kind of anchor and positioning as before, which is fantastic because we don't have to redo it now. Alright, anyways, let's go ahead and select each of these size boxes by control clicking, and we're going to go over to the child layout, and we're going to override the width and height. Alright, so we're going to change this to something like 128 by 128. This is kind of just a a power of 2 size, which is pretty good if you have like images or anything. But you can set it however you want, whatever works for you. Yeah, but anyways, you'll probably notice that there's a little bit of overlap going on, so let's go ahead and fix that really quick. So we'll select this top one. All right, you can see it's overlapping. So we're going to change the position Y to about 140. And now the top one here is also overlapping, so we'll change that to maybe negative 140. All right, perfect. So now if I compile and press play, hit T, you can see it's a lot more uniform now, which is fantastic. All right, great. So now that we've done that and we know how to lay things out a little better, we can actually start adding some more skills. So without further ado, let's go ahead and click on one of our size boxes, and we can hold Control C to copy it. Right, so it's going to copy all the properties of it, so we don't have to redo it, which is great. And then we can click on the canvas panel and do Control V to paste it, and it should pop up in the top corner somewhere. All right, so now we can go ahead and select the size box. All right, and we'll go ahead and reposition it kind of down here, and we'll change up its name and everything so it's a different skill, I guess. All right, so first thing, let's go ahead and change the position X, and we're going to change this to, I believe, negative 140. Yeah, perfect. Negative 140 and then 140. So that'll put it right down here. And then that should be good for the position. Now we can go ahead and change up the names of the button and the text itself. Now it's very important to change the button, otherwise, like the name of the button, I mean, because otherwise the other buttons with the same name will have problems. So first, for the text, let's name this something like maybe I'll call it lightweight, maybe. All right, meaning oh, that's the actual name, my bad. The text, we want to change the text, not the name of the widget. My bad. Let's just say lightweight. All right, and now maybe for this ability, right, we can, I guess, make our character run faster, for example. That might not be super clear, but you can make it more clear, the name more clear if you want. Anyways, so then for the button name, I'll call it LW for lightweight. Right, we can compile and save. And now let's add 2 more buttons, or 2 more skills really quick. So we'll Control C to copy that, and again Control V, and we'll do it one more time. So now we have 2 new ones. Alright, so we'll select each one and position it. This one's going to be at position x 0. Or no, excuse me, 140, negative 140. Oh my gosh, I'm never going to figure this this positioning system out. And then for y, we'll do 0. Okay, so it should be right about there. Now for this other size box, we'll go negative 140 and then negative 140 in the y. Alright, so it should be laid out kind of like this. Alright, now for this middle one, let's go ahead and change the name to, or the text itself to, how about, I don't know, how about just increased jump, so you can jump extra high maybe. So we'll change the name of the button to IJ. And now for this last one, maybe we could, I don't know, maybe we could call this slide. Alright, so maybe it's like a skill that allows your player to slide now. Alright, so we'll click the button and we'll change its name to, I guess we could just call this slide. It's a short enough word. You could just call it S, doesn't matter. But yeah, compile and save, and now everything should be good here. Let's just test it out. If we press play and then press T, should see it all shows up. Now one thing you'll notice is these are all disabled. So let's go ahead and undisable, or re-enable rather, the lightweight box. So to do that, we'll go find the box, go down to behavior and say is enabled is true. Rather, it's the button itself we want to enable. My bad. So yeah, we'll set that to true. Alright, so everything should be good there. Now we need to add some, kind of functionality for each of these, right? Something that'll kind of actually add a skill to us. So we'll go to the graph and go to the event graph. And one thing you might notice is I just kind of added a comment around the other stuff we did. You can do that if you want. But anyways, let's find some open space. And we're going to select that LW button, okay, our lightweight button. And we're going to add a onClicked event of that lightweight button. Alright, so onClicked, what we want to do is, well, we want to check if our, we want to check this little part, if our skill points are greater than 0. So we'll control W here. Alright, just like so. And now, if it is, then, we'll do something. Now, I'm not going to copy this do once node, alright, because we're actually going to make this skill something that you can pump as many points into as you want, and you can continually increase your speed just over and over and over. Alright, so instead we're just going to add a new function. First though, let's take this subtract skill points, and we can control W to duplicate it. We'll hook up true, and let's subtract 1 point for every time you click it. Alright. Alright, and next we're going to create the function that will increase our player's speed. So let's go and create a function. We're going to call this upgrade speed. Alright. And now what we can do is we can get the character reference. Alright. And from here we want to get our character movement. Alright. And then from here we can access kind of the movement capabilities that our player has. So for example, if we want to access the movement speed, we have to do it through here. So we'll drag off way out here and we'll say set max walk speed. Alright. And what we're going to set it to is the value of our current walk speed. So we'll get max walk speed. And we're going to multiply it by some number. Right? And this number we're going to multiply it by is a percentage value. Right? So every time we click this button, it will upgrade it by a certain percentage. So for this percent, I'm going to do, let's just say 1.05 for now. So that'll increase it by 5% every time we press the button. Alright, and so that's good. So now, over here, at the end of this little part, after the subtract points, we can drag out and say upgrade speed. Alright, and that'll do it for us. So now if we test that out, I can hit compile and save, press play. And now here I am, running around, kind of slow, right? But if I press T, and now I go start adding some, points. I guess I only have 3. Let me change that really quick. let's actually just not subtract any points for now. Okay, so now if I hit T and I press it a bunch of times, just a ton of times, and now I hit close, I should be able to move really fast. See that? I'm moving a lot quicker than I was before. So you can see it's working, and that's great. Alright, we'll change that back to 1. And now, now that we've done that, let's go ahead and add the functionality for our increased jump. Alright, so that should be relatively simple. For this, let's go ahead and find that button first, IJ. We'll add another onClicked event, and we want to test this again, so Control W. We could probably turn this into like a function or macro. I might do that in a little bit, but for now, we can just keep leaving it like this so you guys can visualize it. And then off of true, we're going to say, subtract skill points. And actually for this one, let's do a do once. Okay, so let's only upgrade this ability once. So do a do once, subtract skill points, right? And then we'll add the function, which will, kind of upgrade our jumping capability. Okay, so we'll add a function. We'll call this upgrade jump. Basically, all this is going to do is it's going to increase our player's jump Z velocity. Okay, so we'll get our character reference. Again, we're going to get the character movement. All right. Then from here, we're going to drag off and we're going to say set the, what is it? Set jump Z velocity? Yes, set jump Z velocity. And what we're going to set it to is its current value. So get jump Z velocity. I'll set it to this plus, some number. So for this, let's go ahead and add like, I don't know, maybe 300. That might be a bit much, but, or actually just to really show it, I'm going to say plus 2,000. Okay, you might want to tone yours down a little bit, but this will probably really show off the ability. So next thing we want to do though is after this lightweight ability has been purchased, right, we want to make sure that the next one in its line is available for purchase. So we'll go after here and we first need to get the button itself, get it, and we'll drag off and say set is enabled. Alright, we're going to simply set is enabled to true, and while we're at it, we can go ahead and set is enabled for the slide button as well. So we'll get it, say set is enabled. Alright, we'll hook that up, set is enabled to true, and there we go. So now if we press play, we can, kind of run around, hit T. I'll just upgrade this once. Now if I upgrade the increased jump, you can close it, and I press spacebar to jump, you'll see that I didn't actually change anything, so that's a bummer. One sec. Okay, and the reason why that didn't work is because we haven't added the function itself. So let's go ahead and drag this upgrade jump in, just like so. Connect this up. Right, so now it should work. Compile, save, press play, hit T. Right, I purchased the lightweight jump, I purchased the increased jump. Now, the slide ability is available. But anyways, if I close this, I press the spacebar to jump, you can see I jump really high. So it works. That's fantastic. That's great. So yeah, that's all we're going to do in this tutorial. As far as adding skills, we might do the actual slide button, at a later time, but as of right now I don't have anything to actually implement that, so we'll probably do it later. Alright, and that'll do it for this tutorial, guys. In the next tutorial we're probably gonna go over a bit more on the skill tree and like setting up just a few more abilities, and then after that we'll get into more of the fun stuff like setting up an inventory and equipment system, and maybe some shops and loot and I don't know, other fun stuff. So thanks for watching, and like or subscribe if you like the video, and we will see you in the next one.